Hello all, Ron here, the accidental farmer, and Kings Grant Farm in Merrimack, Massachusetts. If you watched one of my other videos, a lot of people have asked, even in town who've asked me, and just out of curiosity, is how much did my well cost? If you remember, there was a big rig out here. We kept drilling and going deeper and deeper and deeper. The original quote, which is a spread of a quote between X and Y, depending on certain things of how deep they had to go, but it was per foot. So originally we thought we'd go, as everybody else does around the neighborhood here, under 300 feet, and it's just remember, it's $20 per foot as they drill. So not too far here was 260, so that would have been $200. And there's some permitting fees and there's some water testing fees and such, so that's all understandably. So those fees do add up. Those little fees, they're probably a couple thousand anyways on top of everything. We knew that going in. And the drill is just the drilling, and then you have the pump service, which runs the lines from the house to the pump. You have to be dug down. But what I'm talking about right now is how much the well cost. So we originally went the first couple days they were drilling. They kind of paused at 420 feet with 1 gallon a minute. 1 gallon a minute is a trickle. It won't do anything. Then from there, we decided to go to 500. That's how much piping they had on the truck at the time. It was a Friday afternoon. We went to 500 feet, still no change. So we kind of discussed it at how far we can go. It's one of those things, if you ever seen the gold miner, will be picking at something and he quits one pick before he hits the giant gold vein or diamond vein or whatever it is. So we talked about it. My wife and I, Patty, talked about it that weekend. We decided on Monday, let's go to 600 feet. So I went to 600 feet. And that only took them a few hours to add that extra 100 feet. And no water. Still no change. So you have to draw the line in the sand, but you also don't want to be out $12,000+. We originally, after talking to the gentleman who was drilling, who's a very reputable guy around here, he was guessing 300 feet, and we were guessing with everything added up, we were going to be around 8,000 to 9,000 at that point. Now we're at 600 feet, and we have no water, so basically it's just a hole in the ground. We decided at that point to bring in a fracking truck. A fracking truck is high pressure water where they pressurize sections of the drilled hole, forcing water into the cracks and fissures, hoping to flush them out and have water return that way. Well, we did that. We were very fortunate that worked. So we ended up with 13.5 gallons a minute. We'll never use 13.5 gallons a minute, but it's an awesome thing. Then we had, of course, the water tested. A couple little things came up, but nothing out of the ordinary that can't be fixed with the filtration system, which is not included in this price I'm going to give you. So with the fracking truck, which was $3,500, the 600 feet at $20 a foot. So right there we're at $15,500. All the other things added on to that, we're at $18,530. So for our well only, the drilled well, which we thought was going to cost around $9,000, we doubled. We doubled basically because of the extra 300 feet, as well as the fracking truck. Those alone cost $9,500. So we're at a point now where we're at this for $18,500, say. We'll just round it off. The gentleman who came over to look at where the piping's going. We had talked previously, but now he came over and we were looking, and I want to show you what we're talking about with some added costs on top of that. Is probably 75 feet, I'm guessing, worth of digging. And the digging, you have to dig these pipes down to 5 feet. Below the frost line, we'd be putting pipes into the house. We have a granite foundation, which is good or bad. The granite's a super shape. It's a foundation that I think everybody wishes they had. giant slabs of concrete, of granite. And we have to drill either through it or through one of the mortar joints if they can get through that. If not, we got to go underneath the foundation, smash the cellar floor, and bring the piping up that way. So I'm going to show you where the piping has to be dug and a couple thoughts I have on that. Okay, that beautiful rusty pipe coming out of the ground is my 600-foot well. These little white flags around here is where we're going to have to dig, and these are for dig safe. That's the state, I guess it is, that comes out and checks to make sure they're not going to hit a gas line or some other kind of line. So these flags will have to take down that fence, which is not a big deal, just that section of fence. So from here down to there is probably 35, 40 feet, maybe more. We're going to go across the backyard as we enter the backyard. And then we have a couple issues. To the left of me is a sunroom with a cinder block foundation or cement, but there's no basement under there, so we can't dig under there. And as we walk this way, we're gonna go over to where I buried some the water from the gutters. But then we enter this area. This area here is probably about 16 feet to the outside wall. And there's only about a 3.5-3-foot space in between these two walls. So that area, the bucket can only dig so far in. All that area has to be excavated, probably about 2 feet wide, 5 feet deep by hand. It might even have to go deeper if we have to go underneath the foundation. So we'll have to go, with a machine, we'll go this way, dig up the lawn and everything else, of course. We have to get below the freeze line. And I believe, which will be my project, hand digging this, because the quote I have on that is, understandably their guys get paid to put in well systems with all the equipment and the hourly rate. Their hourly rate's $185 an hour. So if I want to pay them $185 an hour to hand dig that area, I can. They have no idea how long it's going to take, if they're going to hit any rocks. I'm guessing we don't have many rocks. Most of this soil around here is really pretty good. But $185, I'm guessing it's take two guys over a day to dig that, probably 2 days. So you're looking at $32 an hour. You're looking at another $5,000. It's a lot of money. I think I'm going to get digging. But I can't do any digging until DigSafe comes over here and gives us the A-OK anyways. So that's probably a next week job. So we'll kick off September by digging a very deep, long hole. So wish me luck. So I just want to get to you. The well was $18,500. And this area here, without the hand digging, is shy of $10,000. So all in all, I'll probably be into this thing for $30,000. Ouch. Ouch.